Hey, gentlemen, today we are talking about points that every man must consider. Valuing your wife. Our reading is from Genesis chapter 2, verse 22 through 25. Then the rib which the Lord God had taken from man, he had made into a woman, and he brought her to the man. And Adam said, This is now bone of my bones, and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, because she was taken out of man. Therefore a man shall leave his father and mother, and be joined to his wife, and they shall become one flesh. And they were both naked, the man and his wife, and were not ashamed. The rib. Man was made from the dirt, but Eve from the rib. This is an important reminder for any man who thinks himself better than his wife. Based on the biblical origins of how man and woman were created, it could easily be argued that man, dirt, is less valuable than woman, the rib. Bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh. In other words, Adam was saying, at a minimum, she is at least as valuable as me. She shall be called woman. Adam named his wife. Husbands still do this today. Some husbands name their wives worthless, ugly, lazy, expensive, not enough. Such husbands will stand in hard judgment before God one day for doing so. But the husband who names his wife treasured, beautiful, honored, more than enough, will be honored by God, for we are fulfilling his command to love our wives and not be harsh with them. And love your wives as Christ loved the church. Here's a question to make the point. Did Jesus love the church because it was perfect? Far from it. He loves the church because of who he is, not who she is or is not. Love your wife. Love her with the love of Christ. Two of them become one body. To do to your wife is the same as doing it to yourself. They felt no shame. Ever heard her ask, how do I look in this? She does it because she wants your praise and flattery. Without those, she can feel ashamed. Here's an important question for you. How does she feel when you are naked together? Your negativity toward her will lead her to feel bashful, distressed, embarrassed, hesitant, reluctant, regretful. But your praise over her will lead her to feel confident, joyful, accessible, sexy, and willing. Dumb question for you, and wait for it. Which would you rather have her feel? So here's your action today with this. Tell your wife that she is valuable through your words and actions. Make sure she knows that you value her as much as yourself. Name her honorably as the Lord would have you. Name her with loving and affectionate words. Love her as Christ loved her. Love her as you would want to be loved. Ensure that she feels no shame when naked with you. Honor your wife. In doing so, you also honor the Lord.